All right, so now we have little Henry here. Henry hasn't been with me as long as Angel, but he's a very smart little guy. And he loves the hell out of me. Henry isn't as good on a leash. As you can see, he's a lot more high-strung now. He won't be when we're done. This is how Angel was with me on the leash. Nope, sit. But I'm going to show you, and he has had very little leash work. Most of his work has been just getting him in and out of a crate without it being an ordeal, the end of the world for him. But here he is on a leash, and I'm just going to kind of show you how I am. If this is my first session with a leash, I don't care how crazy they are, it's the same principle. See, he took off that way, and I switched directions. He takes off that way, I switch directions. I'm not yelling, I'm not tugging. When he gets in a position, nope. Lure him into position, yes. I don't want him taking the treats like that. Easy. Yes. He has a bad habit of snapping up at the hand. Sit. So you can see he's not like Angel. We need to work on him some more. Heel. See, he doesn't stay by my side. And this is how you get a dog to walk on a leash. And this is nothing more than a flat buckle collar and a leather lead. If he wants to go up there, that's fine. I'm not going to correct it because I've taught him place. So if he wants to offer it up, that's fine. That's great. Heel. Yes. Now if you mark it, you better reward it. We'll see how long he can actually stay by my side. Good boy. So I was hoping he'd be a little bit more stubborn. Down. Good. Yes. Now notice I have my foot down on this leash, right in front of his feet, because I don't want him popping up and trying to grab that treat out of my hand. He doesn't get rewarded unless all those elbows are on the floor. Heel. Good boy. So even there at the start, you noticed he was going off that way, he was going off that way. He wasn't really paying any attention to me. Just a few changes of direction, rewarding him when he's in the position I want, and he's already walking like a champ. It's the same principle. I don't care how crazy your dog is. I don't care if it's alligator rolling and biting at the leash, if it's pulling until it's blue in the face, it's the same thing. If they're that hyped up and that anxious and that excited when you're walking, then you're moving too fast and you need to think. You need to take a step back and think about what you're doing wrong to help the dog understand what's going on. Sit. Yes. No. Easy. And also a little trick, because I know a lot of people struggle with this when their dogs are biting their hands when they get treats. When I deliver a treat or a piece of food to a dog, I put it right there in between my fingers. And I try to hold my hand relatively flat against their face so they can't get the tips of my fingers in their teeth. No different than if you're feeding a horse and you put an apple or or a biscuit in your hand, you hold your hand flat and go up into the mouth. And that's the same thing I do with the dog food, is it's in here and I go toward the dog. I'm not timid and making the dog chase the treat. It's boom, right into the mouth. So if I want to give him if I'm going to give him a reward for getting up here on the place, I still have the food in my hand right where it was, and I'm just going to go straight into his mouth. Almost push his head back a little bit. See, if I hold it out there and tease him, he starts snapping his teeth already. If I just go straight in, boom. You get more slobber on your hands, but I'd rather have slobber than have my fingers bitten. Let's see if we can speed up the pace here. There we go. We'll speed up the pace on him a little bit. Good. He keeps wanting to go back around to my right-hand side, but I want to keep him on the left. That keeps us from any confusion and getting our legs tangled in the leash. Very good, Henry. Very good. Sit. Yes. Now again, he's going to try to pop up and grab this out of my hand. Nope. He had my whole hand in his mouth right there. The food got pulled away. He's not getting anything for that. Try it again. Nice and calm. Other than that one paw coming up off the ground. Nope, sit. Other than that one paw coming off the ground, the rest of them were on the ground, and he was relatively calm. Now right there, he started getting a little bit too aggressive with his teeth. With this piece, it's still in my hand. He started getting a little aggressive with his teeth and my fingers, and I just kind of closed his snout in my hand like that, just for a second, so he'd thought twice. Now we're taking it easy. Good. And he went to a down. Good. So you don't need to go spend $150 at PetSmart on a whole bunch of gimmicky no-pull harnesses and all that BS to get a dog to walk. You just got to teach him. It's no different than teaching a dog how to sit or teaching him how to down. Everything about a dog, you have to teach them. You have to teach them their name. You have to teach them to come. You have to teach them to walk on a leash. Everything. They are animals. We're humans. They're trying to adapt and live in a human world, which is a lot to ask. It would be no different than if I was sent to Bangladesh and had to understand what they were telling me. Sit. Good. Easy. Good, yes. So that's something that I'm going to keep working on with him, is taking that food easier. But put that thing in the middle of your fingers so he can't grab the tips of your fingers and skin your knuckles off. Place. Nope. Easy. Good. Yes. So all this time, we haven't yanked or cranked on him one bit. And he's walking 10 times better than he was when we first started already. He's even staying back a little ways for the most part. So if I want to turn this way real quick, I can. If I want to turn into him, it's not an issue. I'm not going to trip over him. I'm not going to kick him. I'm not going to step on his feet. Good. We'll go around this bucket. Come on. Good. Little tension on the leash there to get him to turn. He's trying to do squares instead of circles here. Good boy. Good boy. Come on, let's go before I get dizzy. All right. Place. Place. Yes. That's the first time getting up on this. He was scared of it before. But just hearing that word place over and over and over again and getting up on that crate top, they think more about the word you're telling them than the actual place you're telling them to jump up on. Sit. Yes. Down. Good boy, Henry. Place. And we're going to end it there with Henry. He did good. He's a good dude. Aren't you? He's a good boy. He is a good boy. Oh, my guy. That's my guy. That's my little guy. My crazy little neurotic guy. All right. So there's Henry. Haven't done a good just video with Henry for a while of just him by himself with me. It was usually with Angel, so I wanted to do one separately so you get a better look at him. All right, guys. Thank you and toodles.